It's just a minor miscommunication here. Feels terrific. That's what I was going for. Glad I could be of assistance. All right, we have 1,930. Realistically, it would be 8. We would need to cover the 800 to the MUN in order for this to work without any hiccups, because 1,900 be 830 to the MUN, 350 to circularize. It would leave us with 700 delta V. That's not enough to write home about. We'll get stuck on the MUN. So I would have to have something that can cover the 900 out. We're only at 6.5 tons. We can build an intermediate stage at this point. We can build an intermediate stage. So we can have a 3-stage vehicle. Oh, Evie, you know I love you. Don't even fret, girl. So, from here, we go with a liquid fuel stage, 2nd stage. We're gonna need that. We're gonna have these. I'll move this up. Now, what do we want? We want about 1,600 delta V, right? Because we need the 800. We need about 2,000 delta V, because we need about 1,000 to circularize and then 1,000 to get to the MUN, with a little bit left over to kind of kick it back. Maybe I don't think we're gonna have enough to kick it back. Oh, TJ, you might just have to do, like, every iteration if you're trying to do, like, misspellings and stuff. What might be easier, TJ? Now does it use like asterisks and stuff? Is that something that can be done? Like to include everything or to exclude everything? Because what you might have to do is have it include everything that has 2 E's in it. That way, it'll pick up more words than it needs to, but at least it'll keep you abreast. Or no? Okay, fine. Never mind then, TJ. I was just trying to help. No, I'm kidding, dude. You do you, boo. Good luck. Alright, so let's pretend we are at altitude. That's 1717 at 1.4. It's actually not bad. 1717 at 1.4. 2083 at 1.21. That's our 2nd stage. Now, we need to get it off the ground. So, we need like another 2,000 delta V here. And we have 32 tons. What I'm going to do is... I'm going to do that. And put this here. That way we can decouple it correctly. And have a nice clean... Nope. Have a nice clean guard there. And then from there... Das Hibbit, she did change her name. She's the little kid now in Willy Wonka who got zapped. That way he could be on the little black and white TV. That's her now. Shut up, Mom. You don't know what you're talking about. That's Evie. Interweb stalkers? Wait, what? Mike TV? Yep, that's you, Evie. You are Mikey TV. Coming at you live from a little itty bitty TV screen. Mike T. Evie. Yeah, see? See? You know what's up. Okay, so that's the rocket. We might have to... Chief Engineer, have a good night, dude. Thanks for the well wishes. You take care of yourself, and I'll see you around. Let's see. Are we at sea level? We're at sea level. Give me a thumper. What are we at? 449 at 0.95. Okay, that's not going to work. We're at 26 tons. I feel like liquid fuel is still king. And I feel like I need to come back here and just do this. $25 tons. 30 tons. Okay, so we're at 34 at the moment. If I were to take this, where are we at? Not those, these. And now we're to run with these. We're at 1194 at 1.11. Okay. That's not enough delta V, but it's a good starting place. 37 tons. I got 14 tons to deal with. So maybe what I need to do is take this away. 1132 at 1.15. How long's the burn? 82 seconds. That's going to be important. 82 seconds is going to be important because we need these SRBs to go less. These SRBs are going to be combined here. 1.8. No, that's not going to work. It's had to be there. So 0.99? Ugh. Gross. That's not going to work. I'm better off just stacking more fuel and going harder here. Please pause the test. Okay. The second stage and this last stage are probably going to be fine. We got to get the first stage going. That way we can get it off the ground. And that's the strongest engine I have right now. Let's see. If I take these off, let's put 4. Ryankin, I don't know. I don't know. Let me look. I don't think so. We're only at 0.34 TWR at 30 kilometers up. I'm not gonna be able to do anything with that stage. That's not gonna do it. It's too weak, man. I can go with the Reliant. It's lighter by 1/4 of a ton, but it's not gonna make that much difference at the end of the day. It's a 1/4 ton difference. 1222 at 2.5. It's 1580. $49.97. So 1841 and 2000 is 3,900. That should get us around and started. That should get us around and started. Oh, wait. 1,500. Crap. That's not going to do enough. Let's see. It's half thrust. $1,574. If I got rid of one of the engines, it would free up a little bit of weight, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. We can try it, though. TJ, I'm glad you figured it out, man. I don't like a frustrated TJ. 1.29 at 1640. TJ overcomplicating something? Psh, I don't believe you. I don't believe you, TJ. 48.595. 1693 at 1.26. That's 1,700. 3,700. That leaves us with 500 delta V. That's still a net. Increase the fuel of the Munlander until the delta V is about 10 times the ISP of the Terrier. Then you don't need as much fuel in the second stage. 10 times the ISP of the Terrier. The ISP of the Terrier is 345. I'm not going to put 3,450 delta V in there. I want at least 2.0 TWR on the Mun. I'm not going to try and land with like 1.0 TWR. That's dumb. That's how I lose Kerbals and stuff. I can't afford to do that, Reinkin. Right now we're sitting at 1930, and that puts us at 0.95. I think on the Mun it's double, right? Oh no, it's 5.72. But if I make this heavy, then I'm not gonna have Reinkin. We got 50 tons we're dealing with. If I make this heavy, the whole rest of it needs to be heavy. You know what I mean? So I can't do that. I understand what you're saying, but I can't afford to do that when I only got 50 tons. That's where the challenge comes in. You're talking as if mass isn't an issue, which makes total sense. But it won't save me anything. So right now the second stage weighs... Hold on, let's look. So right now the second stage weighs 12 tons. It's 12 tons. If I added 6 tons to even this upper part here, this second stage won't be strong enough. We're barely at 1.3 TWR. So if I transferred some of the weight up there, we'd be at 1.3 TWR. We wouldn't gain anything. If I'm just moving the mass up from one to another, we haven't gained a thing. You just need 2 tons to get 3.6 delta V. I need 2 tons to get 3.6K delta V. Where? Reinkin? What do you mean 2 tons of what? In the Munland, I need 2 tons of fuel to get 3.6K delta V. Or 2 tons of mass. I don't understand what you're saying, dude. My Munlander at the moment is 6.5 tons. The fuel and the rocket make up 4 tons of it. The rocket makes up 1/2 ton of it, so 3.5 tons of it is fuel. Give or take. And I've only got 1,925 Delta V. So I don't understand where you're coming up with your math from. But it's not working. Math isn't working, bud. I'm gonna stick to what I got. We're gonna give it a shot. I mean, I can always revert. So we'll give this a shot and see what happens, and then go from there. Doesn't hurt to try. Rockets. Decoupler. Rocket. Decoupler. Rocket. Okay. Crew. Not Bill. Bob. Yeah, let's take Bob. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. Ryan, I think you're assuming that I'm not carrying anything on top of the rocket. I've got 2 tons of science and landers and pods and everything else. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. This should be okay. So we're gonna see if we are okay. The goal is to use this to get us as high as possible. So we're not gonna go past the 45-degree mark on this. And then this other stage, hopefully it's lofty enough to get it around. And yeah, we can turn without much issue. Only problem is, this stupid thing right here creates so much drag. This looks like an air pressure gauge for a car tire. If I was, like I was saying earlier, if I was just landing 1 Kerbal on the Mun, I would have a lot easier time than what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to land 2. So the actual hardware that we need for it is much heavier. That already puts us at a disadvantage. I'm measuring the... We missed the stem, it's leaking air. Oh god. Okay, so that got us to a 32,000 apoapsis, which is where this thing is rated. So I'm gonna go ahead and start burning now. Okay, come on, don't do this to me. In this, I hope it has 500 Delta V to get us towards the Mun. Any amount of Delta V is better than none. Even if this thing ends up just floating around in space. On how much fuel you should take in a stage, and the sweet spot is when the Delta V is about 10 times the ISP of the engine. I understand what you're saying, but when you have a 50-ton limit for the entire ship going into space, you can't do that. You're talking as if there's no restriction, Reinkin. You're forgetting the point of our challenge. No ship that leaves the pad can be over 50 tons in mass. So I can't follow that rule. My rules have to be different. Hence the challenge. That's just a rule of thumb, Carlo. The engine's supposed to be able to take that much. Reinkin, but I would have lost TWR. And I wouldn't have had enough Delta V. I understand what you're saying, but it's not making any sense in context. Because we had a bigger bill with a bigger lander, and we still didn't have enough Delta V. And it was following that rule. I had plenty of Delta V in the top stage, and it still didn't work out right, dude. It's just not in the cards. Reinkin, I don't want to do that. That requires being good at Kerbal. I'm not good at Kerbal. Therein lies another issue. You're talking as if I should be like a professional at this game. I'm not a professional. Nowhere near it. And the reason why I'm coasting, I'm just waiting until I get closer to apoapsis. I can burn the entire time, but we're going to have an elliptical, lopsided orbit, and it's not going to make any sense. I'm trying to get exactly around, and that's why I'm coasting. If I barely have enough Delta V, we're going to need this whole entire second stage, and we're not going to have enough fuel. I'm a professional amateur. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm gonna do what you're saying, and you're gonna see how it doesn't work, and then we'll move on. Does that work for you? Because I don't mind doing this. So let's do it. You ready? Okay, so let's take this first stage, and let's give it 3,000 Delta V. So we're probably going to do this, that, and then I need one more. Okay, hold on. I have 3,303 Delta V, right? Do you agree that this is roughly 10 times ISP? May you post a link. What is it about, Carlo? Are we good here, Reinkin? Ascent profiles? You toss it in the Discord, if anything. Put it in the simulation discussion. That's fine? Okay. So, do you argue that we need just one extra stage now, or do we need 2 more stages at this point? Because at altitude, we only have 0.63 TWR. So we either need 1 stage to get it orbital, or 2 stages to get it around, right? Because this is enough Delta V to go from orbit to Kerbal to the Mun and back. So this is fine from the orbit of Kerbal, because we have plenty of Delta V for everything. You guessed 2 stages. Okay, so we're gonna build a second stage. So we're gonna build a second stage. Let's see. Let me put a decoupler here. Make sure everything's strut. We're gonna go to fuel. This is all I have to work with. Okay, I need to put control wheels in here because I'm not going to be using the swivel. So, if I'm using the... What engine do you think I should use for the second stage, Reinkin? Are you saying I should use the Terrier as well? Or should I use something bigger? Because right now we have a TWR of 0.38 using a Terrier. If I use a Reliant, we have 1.44. The Terrier's too small. Okay. So how much delta V should our second stage have? Starting at 30 kilometers. 1,500? 1,200? For that, you need the TWR. 1,100 is fine. Okay, so let me do this. Now, our first and second stage, or our last and second stage at the moment, is 17 tons, okay? If I were to load... oh, did it not save C? Was this B here? If I load this, which is what we just took off with earlier, my first two stages are 19 tons. So we're 2 tons off. Hi, Mosex. Welcome in, bud. So we're 2 tons in the good. So let's go back into here. Now we need to get this out of here. 2,000 delta V seem fair? What are these stages for? This is gonna land on the Mun and come home. It doesn't have any landing legs. This is gonna be the second stage to get it into orbit, and I need a first stage to take it off. So I'm just building to just go through the motions for Reinkin, because he's telling me I can do it. So we're gonna do it. 7, 8 the large tanks plus a Terrier should be fine for a second stage. Starting at 30,000 meters. Because that's not gonna work. The whole stage once in Kerbal orbit. Okay, that's irrelevant right now, Pinball. Here's the thing about that. We have a limitation of 50 tons for the entire rocket. Sitting on the pad, 50 tons is our maximum. So if I were to have something that big as a final stage, I would need something way bigger at the bottom. So for all intents and purposes, I'm just going through the motions right now. Yeah, Pinball, that's the challenge. But Ryankin's telling me we can do it. So I'm gonna sit right here and do it. Ryankin, should the first stage be liquid or should it be SRBs? We have 22 tons to work with. Or 32 tons. Liquid fuel or SRBs? Liquid's more efficient. Alright, so we're gonna do liquid. Hi Carlo, welcome back. So we're gonna throw some fuel on here, okay? And then I'm gonna put a Reliant on it, because that has better ISP. Alright, so at 30 tons, we have 1,000 delta V at 0.7. So that's not gonna work, okay? So if I were to add a second engine here,